The rate by which Kylie Cosmetics' revenue is going down, her selling her house at a discount, plus how she launched 3 back-to-back-to-back businesses in the span of 6 months. What are some things that could help Kylie?
Kylie Jenner turned product drops into pop culture rituals. But by 2025, the glitter has dulled. Several of her highest-profile ventures look stalled, restructured, or quietly diminished. And the receipts, from Coty's press release to Fortune reporting and Reddit threads, suggest this is more than normal brand fatigue. This isn't cheap clapback. It's a market autopsy with trade filings, buyback chatter, and real customers leaving real reviews. Let's frame the thesis fast. Kylie has been brilliant at cultural leverage, scarcity, social drops, and fandom energy turned product launches into events. But scaling past that instant burst needs fundamentals: repeat purchase, distribution, product efficacy, and rational pricing. In several cases, those fundamentals look shaky. We will walk through the plays, point to the receipts, Coty's press materials, Fortune and Forbes buyback reporting, trade context, and direct user reviews, and explain why celebrity halo bought trial, but not always loyalty. Start with the headline corporate story. In 2019, Coty bought a controlling stake in Kylie Cosmetics in a deal widely reported and documented by Coty itself and outlets like the LA Times. That transaction brought global distribution muscle and capital, but it also introduced corporate governance and the discipline that public company investors demand. The SEC filing and Coty's press materials made clear the plan: scale globally and enter new categories. Fast forward to 2023 and the buyback chatter. So, Fortune and Forbes reported that Kylie explored buying back control of her cosmetic stake, a signal that the partnership did not settle into a clean, long-term trajectory. Bloomberg and other trade outlets covered the same talk. Those conversations are not small PR ripples. They signal strategic reassessment at the founder-corporate interface. So where are the consumer signals? Start with Kylie Skin. The brand launched with a clean aesthetic and approachable price points, but the official site and product listings have shown uneven availability and rotating bundles, which suggests inventory and assortment instability rather than a predictable core range. That kind of instability undermines repeat purchase behavior, the lifeblood of beauty economics. I checked the Kylie Skin collection on the official site and saw those inconsistencies firsthand. Kylie Baby followed the influencer playbook, curated aspirational imagery, and a celebrity seal of approval. But user reviews tell a different story. Parents on Reddit and YouTube reviewers raised concerns about scent, texture, ingredient clarity, and pricing, all of which matter in a category where trust is paramount. A principled parent community is not swayed by hype. They want safety and evidence. For example, YouTube reviewers have posted long-form critiques that balance pros and cons, and Reddit threads show skepticism from users who tried the products. Let's be explicit. User reviews are a data point. When buyers repeatedly complain about product performance or overpricing across SKUs, that is market feedback, not fandom theatrics. Sephora, Amazon, and DTC review pages, plus Reddit threads, show examples where superfans bought once and didn't reorder. That pattern kills LTV assumptions embedded in celebrity brand models that rely on multiple purchase cycles per customer. Another practical sign is nostalgia-driven pop-ups. The King Kylie pop-up and other retro drops generate headlines and sellouts. And Harper's Bazaar covered the LA pop-up with its Tumblr-era aesthetics. But pop-ups are social events. They measure cultural relevance, not repeat purchase mechanics. When nostalgia becomes the primary growth engine, that signals a lack of steady-state product momentum rather than cultural genius. Let's dig into Kylie Cosmetics' product evolution. The original lip kits were iconic and taught the industry how to monetize scarcity. Yet the category matured. Indie color houses and legacy brands refined digital strategies and product development. The Coty acquisition forced the business from viral drops to omni-channel replenishment, a tricky shift. Reports in site behavior indicate SKU proliferation that diluted hero items and made the assortment harder to buy into for new customers. Pricing is a recurring critique. Several Kylie lines launched at premium prices, justified more by brand than by unique formulation evidence. In inflationary times, premium goods must either show demonstrable superiority or offer value in a way customers understand. When neither is convincing, repeat purchases stall. Outlets and user conversations flagged sticker shock on higher-end SKUs and buyer hesitation. Distribution matters. SKU as living only on a brand site or in limited pop-ups create acquisition fragility. Wide retail distribution without supply reliability causes stockouts and returns. The balanced model is an omni-channel distribution with strong DTC retention. Kylie's playbook sometimes prioritized hype-driven drops and exclusives, which create short-term spikes but poor long-term replenishment behavior. A classic celebrity brand trap. Let's get into specific brand autopsies. Kylie Cosmetics is mature and under Coty's partnership periodically relaunched with nostalgia drops like King Kylie to remind fans of the era when the brand dominated the lip kit market. Nostalgia drives PR and social spikes, but it's not a substitute for category innovation. The brand must keep producing differentiated hero SKUs or it risks turning into retro merch. Kylie's skin is uneven. A handful of bestsellers exist, but site availability and restocking patterns are erratic. That inconsistency feels like either shifting prioritization or supply planning that experiments rather than delivers a stable assortment. And it's damaging for brand reliability. Customers who can't find a product won't build habitual repurchasing patterns. Kylie Baby faces a higher bar. Parents expect fragrance-free options, pediatrician endorsements, and ingredient clarity. The YouTube and Reddit reviewers who tested the line did not unanimously praise it. They raised points about scent and ingredient comfort. In baby care, that trust threshold is not negotiable, and mixed feedback in that niche is a big deal. Fashion offshoots and category hops, Kylie Swim, fragrances, show a pattern. Rapid category expansion without deep operational roots. Celebrity founders often pursue adjacent categories to monetize attention quickly. The downside is thin product development and inconsistent brand stories. Scattered category bets can create early revenue but rarely build enduring portfolio value without serious category expertise and time. Now, let's be fair. Kylie has undeniable wins. She changed how beauty launches work. The original wave of lip kits proved social scarcity is a viable distribution model. Coty's 2019 acquisition validated that commercial potential and unlocked capital and distribution channels. But headline wins raise expectations. The same founder is judged by both past highs and current stumbles. The buyback chatter in 2023, reported by Fortune and Forbes, shows this tension between founder control and corporate discipline. Midpoint interpretive payoff. This is not moralizing on celebrity, it's a structural observation. Fame buys trials. It doesn't buy long-term product credibility. The pattern we see across Kylie's portfolio, episodic launches, pop-up spikes, and user feedback that suggests low repeat rates, illustrates the limits of the celebrity halo. Brands built on persona must either invest in category fundamentals, R&D, supply chain, omni-channel metrics, or accept episodic economics. Let's escalate into likely outcomes. One path: consolidation. Focus on core hero products, reduce SKU complexity, and invest in research and clinical validation to rebuild trust. Second path: partial exits or restructured ownership. As the Coty deal and buyback talk indicate, founders and corporate partners negotiate ownership against performance. Third path: continued nostalgia-driven drops that preserve culture but not necessarily balance sheets. Each path has trade-offs in optics, revenue predictability, and long-term valuation. Investor behavior will respond logically. Institutional buyers will insist on KPIs beyond follower counts, repeat purchase rates, LTV and CAC ratios, and stable gross margins. The Kylie case may prompt tougher deals for celebrity-backed brands, smaller upfront payments, milestone-based earnouts, and stricter operational covenants. That is, a market correction that favors repeatable economics over pure attention.
Now let's drill into the human experience, customers. When a sought-after serum is discontinued, or a baby lotion is poorly reviewed and then reformulated, consumers who paid premium prices feel the loss of trust. Those emotional costs translate into lower conversion on future launches. Reddit threads and YouTube vloggers document that disappointment. It's not academic, it's transactional.
Consider product science. In skincare and baby care, third-party testing and ingredient transparency matter. Celebrity storytelling can get headlines, but clinical data and dermatologist endorsements help retention. At times, Kylie's teams leaned on aesthetics and influencer storytelling instead of publishing rigorous third-party evidence, which hurts credibility in categories where safety and efficacy are paramount. Supply chain and operations are the boring but decisive factors. Launching is the visible part. Scaling logistics, handling returns, and maintaining QC are the invisible arteries. Celebrity brands that underestimate logistics face fulfillment delays, stock oscillations, and angry customers. Site checks and user reports show such oscillations across Kylie's lines at times, and those operational hiccups leak value fast. PR choreography matters. Kylie's team is excellent at cultural moments. Pop-ups like King Kylie and anniversary relaunches generate headlines and social content. But PR is an amplifier, not a foundation. If product and operations are shaky, the next pop-up only delays the decline. Harper's Bazaar's coverage of the King Kylie pop-up shows the brand's cultural savvy, but savvy must be married to product performance. Kylie expanded into skincare, baby products, swimwear, fragrances, and more. That breadth dilutes leadership bandwidth and risks shallow product development across categories. Many entrepreneurial failures look like this. Early success seduces founders into thinking brand halo substitutes for deep category competency. The safer route is focus. Prove product market fit in one category, then expand. Let's be explicit about evidence. Multiple Reddit threads and YouTube review videos are primary consumer data, where reviewers consistently highlight issues, sensitivity reactions, disappointing textures, or product prices that feel unjustified. Those data points accumulate into a market judgment. In Kylie Baby and selected Kylie Skin SKUs, that pattern appears. These are real consumers reporting experiences, and marketplaces pay attention. Now, the defense. Some of these critiques are cyclical. Brands relaunch, reformulate, and reframe. It's possible that Kylie's teams will use feedback constructively to improve formulations, adopt clinical messaging, and rationalize pricing. The real test is whether the team treats feedback as product intelligence rather than PR noise. A reformulation anchored in data rather than aesthetics can flip public perception. But reputational drag is real. When Cody bought in, and then the founder publicly explored buying back control, headlines shifted from growth to governance drama. That narrative cost affects partnerships, talent recruitment, and premium retail placement. Trade coverage of those corporate moves frames the shift from growth story to governance negotiation. And those optics matter for long-term enterprise value. Practical remedies. Prioritize a small set of hero products per category. Invest in third-party clinical validation. Make sample-sized, affordable entry points to lower the trial barrier, and stabilize omni-channel distribution with reliable retail partnerships. Maybe not glamorous, but foundational to durable, lifetime value. Digging deeper into Kylie Cosmetics, the brand that started it all still has muscle, but it also faces category maturation. What used to be scarcity-driven launches now operates in a landscape crowded with indie color houses and legacy labels that have rebuilt their digital playbooks.
The brand must balance nostalgia with continuous product improvement and institutional retailer relationships. Kylie Skin specifics deserve a longer look. The line started with approachable price points and clean packaging, but consumer chatter suggests some SKUs lagged competitors with clearer ingredient transparency. Best sellers exist, but inconsistent depth, a few hits, and many lower-performing SKUs undermine a cohesive brand platform. The site's rotating bundles and intermittent availability point to a cadence that favors experiments over a stable core. Kylie Baby is the clearest case where fandom meets a category that requires medical-adjacent trust. Parents repeatedly emphasize safety, scent-free options, and pediatrician recommendations. When reviewers flag products as overly perfumed or question ingredient clarity, that is not trivial. Those concerns expose a credibility gap that a celebrity name alone can't fix. Customer service and returns are recurring issues. Fans who bought early drops often faced stockouts, delayed shipments, or confusing return policies. Those operational slip-ups convert early enthusiasm into skepticism. The customer experience is the delivery mechanism for a brand promise. When it breaks, social proof moves from advocacy to warning. Rare Beauty and Fenty paired celebrity cachet with coherent category bets, inclusivity and innovation, and invested in retail relationships and product quality. Those operational disciplines often separate enduring celebrity brands from ephemera. Kylie's team can learn from those examples. SKU bloat is real. Celebrity brands sometimes multiplex SKUs to capture short-term trends, creating a long tail of low-volume items that complicate supply and confuse consumers. SKU rationalization, focusing on a few high-velocity items, improves margins and simplifies messaging. Retailers prefer clean planograms and reliable velocity, and investors prefer predictable unit economics. On marketing. Influencer-led brands have owned reach, but paid media, CRM, and loyalty mechanisms are essential to turn fleeting trial into habit. Kylie's architecture at times prioritized earned social metrics over CRM systems or loyalty programs that generate repeat conversions. That gap is fixable, but it requires patient investment. Cultural saturation is another issue. The influencer economy matured. Early adopters are older and expect nuance, science-backed claims, transparent sourcing, and sustainability. Brands that don't evolve become retro novelty acts. Kylie must evolve product narratives, not only packaging. Returns and refunds leak margin. High return rates signal a mismatch between promise and product reality and plague inventory planning. Anecdotal shopper reports show return friction when products underperform relative to hype, a real financial problem for DTC-first brands. Partnerships and licensing are tricky. Coty's 2019 acquisition unlocked scale, but founder corporate tensions are natural. Buyback discussions in 2023 showed both founder desire for control and investor demand for discipline. Misalignment on metrics produces headlines and distracts from product building. Valuation optics matter. The 2019 headlines valuing Kylie Cosmetics at scale were built on projection assumptions. When growth flattens, valuations recalibrate. That's normal, but it contributes to the brand is over headlines that founders have to contend with. The manufacturing backbone is essential. Contract manufacturing and QA reduce recalls and customer complaints. Speed to market is seductive, but consistency builds trust. Celebrity brands must choose partners who prioritize QC over viral timing. Sampling programs convert trial into habit. Legacy brands use sample strategies via retail partners or subscription boxes. Celebrity brands often skip this and depend on demos. Sampling bridges trial to habitual use. Without it, brands struggle to reach beyond superfans. Pricing nuance again. Premium pricing needs either superior ingredients, unique tech, or service elements. If pricing rests mainly on aspiration, consumers eventually ask, why pay this? Reviews show some Kylie SKUs failed that calculus. Ingredient sourcing and published clinical testing are practical trust builders. Partner with dermatologists, publish tests, and allow scrutiny. Brands like CeraVe or La Roche-Posay leveraged clinician trust to scale. Celebrity brands can emulate that playbook. Leadership matters. Founders set vision. Operators run the company. Kylie's brand would benefit from seasoned CPG executives with deep skincare or cosmetics experience to institutionalize success beyond founder charisma. Kylie's story signals influencer capitalism maturing. Early days rewarded followers. Now, investors and consumers demand evidence. The market is learning to price fame more conservatively and reward operational sophistication. Good for consumers and disciplined founders alike. Finally, the human factor. When brands restructure or shutter lines, employees and partners bear the cost. Structural failures affect livelihoods. Building sustainable businesses matters beyond headlines. Stay skeptical, demand evidence, and shop responsibly for better outcomes. Kylie Jenner's brands are at a crossroads. They are powerful cultural engines that need more engineering and less theater. Some lines will normalize into sustainable businesses if they adopt discipline. Others will remain episodic pop culture flashpoints. If you liked this breakdown, subscribe, hit like, and drop your hottest take. Which Kylie brand deserves a reboot and which one should be retired?